Hello. Hi, Lynn and Carolyn and Stevie and Michael. How are you? And then whoever else is out there, maybe Lee and Steve. Hello. Welcome. Here we are. Lynn, I had my first substantial harvest from my garden, my tomatoes and a cucumber and some lemons and some basil. So I have not, the plant you got me hasn't, it's got green fruit on it, but it hasn't ripened yet. It was mostly my cherries. I have a lot of cherries. I think I have maybe 5 cherry plants, and oh my gosh, they're just crazy. So we, for Father's Day, had a tomato salad, a fruit salad, which is delicious. All right, so anything going on with you guys that you'd like to report? I used to love the discussion that we would have in class where somebody would come up and say, oh my gosh, my back hurts, or my knee hurts, or my this hurts, or my that hurts. I mean, not that I love that people were in pain or discomfort, but just for a focal point of body parts for the physical practice. And then I've got some ideas today for energy and breath that I'd love to share with you all. So, all right, I'm going to imagine that you're all in your space, that you're set up with all of your stuff and not near your contraption, whatever it is that your contraption is. So maybe it's an iPad or a computer, in whatever you are viewing from. Maybe you're a far distance from it, whatever that is. So this class for me, whenever I think about putting this class together and what wisdom can I share from yoga that is for wellness, and everything in yoga is for wellness. The actual ultimate goal of yoga is liberation from suffering. So they say that to be human, the human condition is suffering, full of suffering, and yoga helps to liberate us from that. And I'm a pretty happy camper and an optimist by nature. And I definitely would say there's a lot of things in life that can be struggles and challenges, that maybe at sometimes life is an easy path and you're moseying on down the road and things are hunky-dory. And then there are many times when you come across stumbles or hurdles. And I think it happens for all of us. And then I would like to raise the awareness to the fact that when we age, that what we're living in gets more of a struggle to deal with. The aches and the pains, the degeneration of this package, the dehydration, and all of the things that come with aging that make it more uncomfortable. So either pain or suffering in the physical body. So it's really important that we do what we're doing so that we keep ourselves moist and mobile for as long as we can. And so with that said, anything that you're in, any posture that you put your body in when you're practicing, go to the place where you find the most comfort and effort. So the 2 words that are used in the book for yoga are sthira and sukha. Sthira Sukham Asanam, which is the balance between the effort and the ease. So it's really important that you don't avoid movements. You do what you can do within that range of movement. So that's when we come to the physical practice. And I'd like to begin today's practice with a breath that will help to oxygenate our entire lung area. So the lower lobes, the middle lobes, and the upper lobes of the lungs. And for many, many, many people, we do not breathe deep enough or long enough. And when you don't breathe and bring in sufficient oxygen, then your body cannot manufacture enough energy for you or complete the processes of detoxification and of healing and repairing and restoring that we all need and especially when we're aging. Okay, and I'm in that category. And I know that I can just imagine people are always saying, yeah, just wait till she gets to be this age. She thinks she's aging. But I do feel stuff. And I could imagine that it could get worse if I don't take care of myself. So my focus is to take care of myself so that I minimize whatever the future holds for me, or I try to plan accordingly. Okay, so we're going to begin in a seated posture, because when we are seated, it allows the lungs to be in their most capable way of stretching and moving in all ranges of motion. It also helps to align the spine. And those are all the reasons why we do that. Now, of course, for you, if you'd rather begin on your back, maybe there's a little limitation in the backward movement. And when we do the hand position, you'll need to get a little creative with how you are able to do this. For this, we're going to need something to sit on. It could be a bolster, especially if you have tight hips, tight legs. The higher you sit, the more comfortable your lower body will be, the less pulling on your pelvis and your back area. Or you could have a shorter bolster or pillow to sit on. So that could be if you choose to sit in what's called Sukhasana, easy seat. So the easy seated posture is this, is legs crisscrossed. So this may be for you, or it could be a lower. So if that's for you, get that, or it could even be folded blankets. So see if that's something that works for you. And then the preferred way to get the best potential spinal alignment is the hero's posture, which is this block between the ankles, the support of the tushy on the block, or even something where you have like this. And even this would be good. Whatever it is, you want yourself to be comfortable, because we're here for a decent amount of time. And if you could do something like that and get yourself nice and supported, you may even want to have your knees on a blanket, because you really want to be comfortable when you're doing your pranayama, because that's what's going to help to regulate the systems in the body. So if you want to regulate your cardiovascular system, your nervous system, respiratory system, that's what we're going to do right now. And we want to make sure that we're comfortable when we do that, so we're not distracted by the physical body. You'll also need a strap for the practice later today, so have that handy as well. And then I'd like you to come into whatever seems like the most comfortable way for you to begin your practice today. I'm going to do a supported hero's posture, block between my ankle joint, going to have my knees on my blanket, because it feels really nice to me, and it feels, it's like such an act of self-care when you take the time out to really set yourself up for success. So choose what's right for you. Take a little time to find your way into what is comfortable, and make sure once you get to where you think you're going, make sure to close your eyes and check in to see if this is the right position for you. If you are in that crisscross leg position, maybe supporting the knees with some blocks or rolled up blankets or towels. And then once you know that you're in the right position for yourself, go ahead and open your eyes. I'm going to show you the hand position we're going to use. Now, the hand position is to direct the mind, to keep the mind occupied, like an unruly, temper tantruming 2-year-old kid. Think of it like that. We're going to really direct that mental energy down into the body. So we use the hands in different locations to direct the mental energy to the palms. And when we do this, there's a lot of areas in your brain that actually have neurons dedicated to the fingers, to the hands, to the palms. And so this is a way to fire down pathways in the brain, which are pathways that are not the part of stress and breakdown that contribute to disease. It's to get away from that disease place in the brain and to come to a place where we are focused on healing and repairing and getting the body to go into its healing zone. So the hand position, we're going to first focus on the lower lobes of the lungs. So that would be the perimeter of the lower ribs. And the hand positions are front, side. So try this. You start in the front and your thumbs are touching your palms. Your palms are flat up against your skin, your flesh. So feel your body. And you're going to feel your body breathing into your hands, side. And then when you come to the back, you're going to place your palms, and the ribs kind of go down here. So the lower ribs at the back are lower than they are in the front. You put your palms on, and this actually does some work on shoulders and postural correction and spinal alignment. So you may notice here there's a little tension or tugging or pulling in maybe both sides or one side of your body, depending on what's going on for you. So the palms are flat, and if flat palms up against the skin is not good for you, flip the hands over and put the backs of the hands on your lower rib area. And then for any of these hand positions, if they do not work for you, you could keep your palms down on your thighs. Okay, palms down, because palms up stops the flow that comes into the lungs. Palms down will allow that loop of flow into the lungs to take place. So middle, side, back, and that's the lower lobes of the lungs. Now you're going to come to the middle lobes, and you're going to come here. So we have the front, sides, back. So it's a little higher up, a little more tension maybe for some of you. And then you're going to come to the upper lobes. So that was the middle lobes. Now we're going to go to the upper lobes. Clavicle bones here. Rest your hands here. You'll be breathing into your palms near your clavicle bones. When we come to the sides, it's right underneath the armpits that we want to direct our mental energy to and breathe into to get this expansion. Yet we don't want to put our hands here because it's where there's a lot of nerves, a lot of lymphatic vessels. It's a real sensitive part of the body. So instead we start here for the upper front, and then we go to the waist. So take your hands like this, and this is where you breathe in when you're directing your breath to the lower armpit area. And then for the upper back, right where the clavicles are here in the back of the body, you're going to bring your arms up. Arms are alongside the head. Elbows are up towards the sky, and the fingertips rest on the upper part of the upper back. And when you breathe, you'll breathe to the fingertips or the palms, whatever you're able to touch of the upper back. Okay, so this is a great breath. This is full lobular breathing. It's a way for us to completely oxygenate our body, increase our energy, manage our respiratory system, which will have an effect on cardiovascular and nervous system. Okay, so all that, we have the potential for all that. Hands down here on the thighs if you prefer. And if at any point during this, the lower body bothers you or anything, come into a comfortable seated position, try to maintain or follow along with the guidance of where we are when we're breathing, and do your best, whatever, it doesn't matter, it's breath. I'll guide you, and if at some point you need to just come into this position, whatever that is. All right, so prepare yourself. Prepare yourself, close your eyes, bring your hands onto your lower ribs, and then let the arms rest alongside your body. Let your shoulders rest, let the shoulder blades rest. One of the most valuable and therapeutic tools in the box of yoga, or in the treasure chest of tools, is breath. This is our ability to connect ourself to conscious energy. Prana is life force energy, so the energy that gives life to everything. That's what we have this ability to tap into right now, is that joie de vivre, that zest for life. Let's get into that peppy place and get ourselves to be buzzing, humming, vibrating with energy, not just in your feelings, but also inside your body, in your cells, so they can be maximized at their efficiency, whatever the job is for the cell, the bone cell, the nerve cell, the stomach cell, whatever the cell is, let's give it all that it needs to perform its job at its best. Hands are on the lower ribs. Let the hands rest up against the body. Begin to breathe down to your lower ribs and feel how the lower ribs press into your palms and feel that happening. I'll guide you, you follow along. So let's prepare. Keep your mouth closed. Take a big exhale through your nose. And let's begin. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slide your hands to the side of your body on the lower ribs. Palms are flat against your body. Close your mouth. Exhale through your nose. Let's begin. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slide your hands to the lower ribs, back of the body, palms are flat against your back. Mouth is closed. Exhale. Begin. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring your hands to the middle lobes of the lungs, right by the heart. Palms are flat against the chest. Mouth is closed. Exhale. Let's begin. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take your hands, slide them to the sides of the lobes, middle lobes. Close the mouth, exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slide your hands to the middle back. Palms are flat. Mouth is closed. Exhale. Let's begin. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring your hands up to the clavicle bones. Palms are flat on the chest. Elbows are down alongside the body. Keeping the mouth closed, exhale. Let's begin. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring your hands down to your waist. Thumb is in the back, fingers are in the front. Sit nice and tall. Keep the mouth closed. Exhale. Direct your breath right underneath your armpits. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring your hands up, bend the elbows. Elbows are alongside your head. Fingertips touch the top part of the upper back where the upper lobes of the lungs would reach when you breathe. Keep the mouth closed. Exhale. Let's begin. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep your eyes closed. Bring your hands down onto your thighs. Let your body rest. Keep your mouth closed. I'll guide you through the lower, the middle, and the upper breath on the inhale and the exhale. Try to fully expand your lungs in all the directions where your palms were just resting or you were directing the breath to. Let's prepare. Mouth is closed. Exhale. Inhale, lower ribs, middle ribs, upper ribs. Exhale, lower ribs, middle ribs, upper ribs. Inhale, lower, middle, upper. Exhale, lower, middle, upper. Inhale, lower, middle, upper. Exhale, lower, middle, upper. Continue on your own for a couple of breaths, directing, seeing, feeling the breath moving in all parts of your lungs. Finishing up your last breath. Give the breath back to your body. So see if you can become a participant by observing the breath instead of actually moving the breath. Let the breath happen. Give it back to your body to breathe you, the autonomic breath. Become an observer. Bring your awareness to your palms. Bring your palms together. Start to rub your palms together. Feel the heat generating in the hands and the fingers. Bring the palms up to cover the eyes. Gently begin to allow your eyes to blink themselves open. And then slowly let your hands come down. And then noticing how you feel, noticing, is there heaviness in the eyes? Is there a relaxed aspect to your body? And then let's move, coming onto all fours. Come onto all fours. Let your hands be wide and forward. Let your legs be wide and forward. And allow your body to move here, to settle here. Letting the blood start to come back slowly to the lower extremities, depending on whichever leg position you chose. Then bring your knees and arms right underneath you. Take one foot back, flip the toes under, and really push your body back. If your wrists don't like this, take your wrists forward, closer together and forward. And then let's do the same thing with the other foot. Take the foot back, toes are under. Feel that stretch in your calf as you push back. And try to push the pinky toe edge in as well. And try to push back on that pinky toe edge side of the foot. Let's do that again on each side. This part of your body where the heel is and the calf and the foot, it's really important for joint health and bone health. It's important for balance. It's important for proper alignment. And it's important for the communication in the body of where are you in space? Where are you in your joints? And then you're going to bring yourself up, walk yourself back up for a second here. Let's take the wrists. I know that for some of you, wrists may be an issue to fully weight bear on. So finding a way that you can come into an all fours position to do some of the postures that can help parts of your body, whether it's for increasing range of motion in the joints, increasing flexibility, or increasing strength. So the typical hand position is the flexed wrist. You may need to have less of a flexion in your wrist. So you may need to roll up the front of your mat or get a blanket or something to rest on that you can minimize that fold. And then for some, you could try fist for wrists, where you put your pressure on this part, like the longest bone that's in your fingers. You could put your pressure there. So we're going to come back down onto all fours. Pointer fingers are forward. And if you take your hands more forward, that also can be helpful because it minimizes that flexion. So do what you need to do here. Let's start to undulate the spine in the cat-cow posture, the flexion and extension of the spine. Crown of the head reaches up towards the sky and the tailbone reaches up towards the sky. You make a position like a sway-backed horse. And then can you let your rib cage come closer to the floor so the shoulder blades slide towards each other on the back? Really push your heart forward, tailbone up, crown of the head up. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, tailbone starts to move to point downward towards the floor. Low back follows. If you have osteoporosis, don't go any farther with this flexion. If you do not have osteoporosis, you could bring the roundness into the upper spine and let the head and neck fall. And then you would inhale into your extension. Everyone can do this, even if you have osteoporosis. Feel that deep stretch in the abdominal area
And then your exhale brings you into the flexion. Osteoporosis, you're going to stop and not let it come into the rib cage area. Only the low back and the pelvis can go into flexion. Inhale. And then exhale. Bring yourself back to a neutral position. Let's take an inhale here. As you exhale, start to push your body back. For those of you that can, bend your knees and hips deeply and let your tushy come closer to the floor. Do that. For those of you that have to keep your tushy in the air, you could do that. And then you're going to inhale forward, ending with a extension position. Exhale to come into your flexion. If your knees don't like to bend or you have osteoporosis, let's inhale back forward. I'll tell you, if you have osteoporosis, your knees don't like to bend. Keep your tushy high. Come into a puppy dog. Let your head go down and keep your back nice and flat, the upper back, or neutral curve. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale. One more. Go slow so you feel all these tissues stretching. You feel all the connective tissue, the muscles come back to center. You want to feel all of that. You want to feel your body glove stretching so you keep yourself mobile. Let's come up here to this position here, and then let's bring a foot forward. Doesn't matter which foot, but what you do need is to have it pretty far forward. So it's not close to your body. You don't have a deep, deep bend here. You want a 90 degrees. So bring that foot forward. Take your hands on the thigh. You're going to inhale and bend this knee more to come forward and bend this hip more to come forward. And then bring yourself back on the exhale. Inhale. And exhale. See if you could feel the front of the back thigh lengthening. We're stretching that sitting muscle or the sitting muscles, psoas and those hip flexors. You inhale to come forward and you exhale to go back. One more. And we load up this front glute area. So we help to strengthen the muscles that support the pelvis, support the hips, support the knee, and then we're lengthening the hip flexor muscle group in the front, which can attach onto your back. Let's take your hands on your opposite thigh. You're going to walk your foot forward so you have this nice 90 degree here to begin. Inhale, forward, coming forward, bending that front knee and that front hip. Feel that stretch here in the front of your body, of the other side. Exhale to come up. Keep your throat open, keep your chest up. Inhale to come forward. And exhale. Inhale. One more. And then bring yourself up. So we're going to come back into a seated position to do some warm-ups in the pelvis and the upper trunk. I'd like you to take your blanket and fold your blanket in half and then fold it again. And we're going to sit on that. Now, for those of you that have some tightness in your body, that may not be enough. You may need to get 2 blankets or pillows. Let's first come with our legs spread. So come to the edge of your blanket, reach down, grab the flesh of the buttocks, and take your legs pretty wide here. This is a way to stretch some of the muscles that attach onto the pelvis, attach the legs to the pelvis. We just did a little bit with the hip flexor muscles with that position. We were stretching some of those back of the leg muscles when we were on all fours, putting our feet back. Then I want you to come into this, and if you are able to come forward with a neutral spine, so you're not rounding your spine to get forward, The part of you that moves is the lower belly, comes closer to the top thighs. So it's the bending of the hip that brings you forward, not the bending of the spine to go forward, right? So I don't know what it is about us humans. We're so wanting to do more, to go more, to prove. There's like this competitive edge in all of us. It doesn't matter who you are. I see it all the time in classes or in privates. People are trying so hard to get down low, but I want you to keep your neutral spine when you do this, to keep yourself safe in your spine and to really get to those places, the nooks and crannies of what we're trying to get to. And then go ahead and bring yourself back up to neutral. Take your legs straight. Make sure you are at the front of your mat. And then bring your hands on the floor alongside you. Try not to be here. You're not leaning back. You try to be growing right outside of your, right out of your pelvis. And then take your hands on the floor. Let's point the feet strongly. Feel that stretch right here on the top of the feet. And then strong flexion. Point, inhale. Exhale, flex, point, and flex. And then point and flex. Keep your legs pretty far apart. Inhale, let your toes move towards the floor. The pinky toes are trying to touch. And then exhale, try to bring the big toes to touch the floor. Inhale. And try not to bend your knees. This is a hip joint movement. And so the hips are internally and externally rotating. And there's a lot of muscles involved that have to be limber to stretch to allow this range of motion to happen. And then for those with a hip replacement or hip replacements, it's always interesting to notice the functionality of fake body parts in your body. Well, they're not fake. I guess they're really titanium, they're really plastic, and they're really ceramic, but they're just not really bone, ligaments, tendons, and muscles. All right. And I guess actually we still have the tendons, the ligaments, and the muscles that are attaching onto the titanium, plastic, and ceramic. All right, let's take your soles of your feet together. Hold on and get tall in your spine. So make sure that if you're like this, that grabbing on here allows you to lengthen. Pull space between your vertebra. Think about each spine bone between it has a jelly donut. And we want our jelly donuts to be full of jelly right in the middle, not squishing from side to side. And then if you want to flex forward a little bit here at your hips, that'll deepen the stretch somewhere in your body. And then breathe down to your belly. And breathe down to those lower lobes. See if you feel stuff stretching. And then go ahead and bring yourself back up. Let's stay where you can stay where you are. I just want to move to be forward. So you're at the front edge of your blanket and you're going to sit in your Sukhasana. This is Sukhasana, easy seat pose or crisscross applesauce position. And supporting your knees if you need to. So we've done a little bit to warm up the body and maybe you're okay now, maybe not. Maybe you feel a lot where the legs attach to the body at the back. This external rotation of the hips like this can have an effect on that. So let's bring yourself nice and tall and bring your body over one knee. So let the lower ribs, imagine you have heart lights. You have two flashlights here that are at your heart, flashlights. And then you have two flashlights here at your hips. So your hip flashlights are still going to face forward. Your heart flashlights are going to face over because you're going to rotate your trunk over that leg. And then take your hands on the floor and keep your throat open. Try to bring your belly closer to that top thigh. As you bring yourself forward, feel that opposite hip, deep hip stretch. Walking yourself forward, flat back. So the opposite hip, you may feel a stretch there. For those with sciatica,
We're stretching that part of your body where the sciatic nerve gets impinged. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself up. Bring your heart lights back to center. Take your heart lights over the opposite leg. Take your hands on the floor. Push down to get tall in your spine, creating space in your discs, your jelly donuts. And then if you'd like to walk your hands away, notice what you feel and notice if both sides are the same. Do you feel it in the same place? And then use your breath to go down into that lower lobe area of the lungs, and you'll feel even more stretching. Take one more breath. Bring yourself back up. Let's take the hands behind the head. You're going to clasp your hands behind your head. So clasp your hands behind your head. Inhale, open your elbows, open your throat. And as you exhale, bring your chin towards your chest. Bring your elbows to hug your head. Chin goes down, elbows hug the head. You're not rounding your upper back, you're rounding your neck area. Inhale to open. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale. Exhale. One more. You're going to inhale to open, stay here. Elbows are out to the side, and then can you dip down to the side? Inhale. Exhale to bring yourself back up. Inhale. Try to keep your elbows open and try to keep your face, your eyes are forward. So don't look down, don't give in to that forward flexion in the spine. You're trying to laterally flex your spine and creating more openness in your spine. This is a challenge. This is also core work, by the way. And then bring yourself back up to center. Let's take the hands on the knees, get nice and tall. And then I want you to look over one shoulder. You could let your upper rib cage rotate as well. Come back to center. And deeply look over the other shoulder. And then back to center. Maybe you hear a little crunchy, crunchy in your head and neck. This is going to help that. Maybe you start to feel this down underneath your ribs attached onto your pelvis. The farther you go, you may start to feel that. And then one more. Bring yourself back to center. Let's take the legs straight. Let them go. If you want to tap your legs, you can. If you want to rub your beautiful knees, do that. Especially those of you that have issues in your knees. Let's all bring our awareness to our knees. Take your hands, rub your hands around. So, largest joint in the body and the number one weight-bearing joint in the body. So this joint for you has been working for many ever years you've lived in the package you're in. And it's done all the things that you have wanted to do, all the places you've gone, all the things you've seen, all the things you've done. And we need these knees to continue that, to do all that we want to do, to continue to live that life that we want to live. So let's take your hands on the back, and you can actually lean your body back. So I am leaning my body back. Slide your shoulder blades towards each other. So you don't want to be wide and collapsed, right? So if you're wide and collapsed, you have no neck and you're in a flexion position. I want you to push your hands into the floor, slide your shoulder blades towards the spine. You're going to get more narrow and open your throat so you have a nice long neck. And then let's see if you could do this. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. All right. So let's inhale,
As you exhale, push your belly button towards the spine. Feel like you're zippering up a tight pair of jeans. So zipper, 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 push your belly button towards the spine. Feel that contraction. Inhale to soften. Exhale again, zipper up, zipper up, zipper up. Get really nice and tight in your tummy, turning on your core, long neck. And then inhale to relax. Let's try that again. Exhale, either zipper up or imagine you're a tube of toothpaste. And here's where all the toothpaste is. And you're going to squeeze the toothpaste up underneath the rib cage. So squeeze your toothpaste up underneath your ribs. And then release. Whichever visual works for you, the tube of toothpaste or the zippering up the jeans, you're going to do that. Let's prepare. Take an exhale. Now take an inhale. On your exhale, contract your core and lift your right leg off the floor. And then inhale to lower. Exhale, contract your core, lift your left leg as high as you can, and then lower. Exhale, zipper up, lift your right leg. Long neck, narrow upper body. Last one. And then lower. And then come forward, bend your knees, hold on. Now, I'm not sure what that was like for many of you. I will say that it's pretty hard, right? To be in this seated position, to already have activation in those hip flexors, and then to utilize them to lift the leg, because that's a big long lever and heavy bones. So it may have been a challenge. Let's see a little modification, because what we're doing here, strengthening your hip flexors and strengthening your quadriceps, is what's going to help support these beautiful knees of yours. And these beautiful knees of yours are going to let you travel and hike and play pickleball and ski and whatever it is you still want to do in your life, surf, whatever it is you want to do in your life, we need them. So let's see what happens if you we bend our knees. Take an inhale. On your exhale, zipper, zipper, zipper up your tummy and lift one of the legs off the floor, whichever one, and then lower. And then zipper, zipper, zipper. Exhale, zipper, 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 lift and lower. 2 more, one on each side. Exhale to lift. And then last one. And then go ahead, bring your legs down, take them straight. Okay, so you're gonna do whichever one of those works for you. Straight legs, more challenging, bent knees, a little bit easier. Strengthening your quadriceps, strengthening your hip flexors, protect your beautiful knees, protect your hips, and maintain strength in your body. Keep your package strong for how many more years you have to live in this package. We need it to be mobile. We need it to get us around. And even if it's not about traveling to Scotland to visit castles, it needs to be about going to the toilet, bending down, and comfortably being able to go to the bathroom and get back up from the seat. Okay, so there's many, many reasons why we need these muscles to be strong in our body. Okay, let's come back to our crisscross position. So you're gonna come into the crisscross position, and then I want you to switch. Take the back leg forward and the forward leg back. It may feel a little weird, but I want you to do that. And we're gonna do some nice stirring up the pot. We're gonna do Sufi grinds. Your spine is nice and long, 26 vertebrae. 2 are embedded in your pelvis, 26 are here. Sorry, 24 are here. 2 are there, 24 are here. There's 26. I want you to inhale forward. When you come forward, go so far forward that you feel a stretch to the back of your body. And then keeping yourself nice and tall, move yourself over to one side. Use the opposite hand to push that leg down. Maybe you experience a stretch there. Then you're going to hold on to your leg bones right underneath your knees, and you're going to push your belly back and bring yourself to the back. So you're on the tailbone, your pelvis is tilted backwards, your low back is back the most. And then you're going to go to the other side. Push into that opposite side with length in your spine. Feel that stretch. And let's begin. Inhale forward, keep going to the side. Push the belly back, lower back was back the most. And to the side. Close your eyes. You're long in your spine and you're rolling around in a Sufi grind, stirring up whatever you could stir up.
One more. And then bring yourself back to center. So I just wanted to say that there's a lot about this. This is about energetically connecting to circular patterns that exist in life. And it's about feeling your way into whatever you can stir up and release in the pelvic area, in the low back area, hip joint area, really important parts of our body. Let's inhale forward and then go in the opposite direction, closing the eyes. Feel your way into this. If you bring your awareness down to your seat, feel yourself going around the perimeter of your pelvis. Take one more breath, one more circle all the way around. And then when you get back, bring yourself to center. Come all the way up. So the actual physical practice is like a dance. It's one of the most famous yogis, his name was Iyengar. He said, "My body is the temple. The asana, or my movements, are my prayers." So I think that's really beautiful. Let's move on to the other side, like a dance. Inhale up, exhale over. Keep the mouth closed as you inhale up and you exhale over. For those with low back issues, this is a way to stretch the low back, to release tension in the muscles that get tense, to actually support the low back. Go a little farther if you can. Stay in the place of yummy. Let it feel yummy. And then bring yourself back to center. Let's take one leg straight. One knee is bent in at the sole of the foot is at the knee. Knees out to the side. And then bring your hand, the back of the hand goes near the calf area or near the knee, depending on how much flexibility you have in your body. Then take this opposite hand nice and long, looking at the thumb. Let's take an exhale. And on your inhale, you're going to open up, inhale, and then exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. A little bit of spinal movement here, some rotation, some flexion and extension. A little self-chiropractic adjustment. Last one. Stay here, reach your hand long, look at your thumb. Breathe down to your belly. And then exhale to come back out and then come all the way. So when you're doing these, even though the intention is to move the spine in all of those directions and to stretch the body, increase the range of motion in the joints, there's also a muscular component. Maybe you notice that in your shoulder. Holding your arm up against gravity can strengthen your shoulder, which a lot of people seem to have shoulder issues. A lot more sitting taking place in our lives right now, or in general for many. Let's take your hand on the back of the lower leg. Use that as a nice support. Then bring your hand here, looking at your thumb, prepare by exhaling, and then inhale. Inhale to open, exhale. Last one, inhale, open. Stay here, look at your thumb, reach your hand long, feel whatever you feel. Take an inhale, and then exhale to come back and out. Take your legs straight again, shake, shake, shake. Let's do a little bit to get the pelvis nice and even. So let's take the left knee to the left and the right knee. So I might be opposite you, so you might be to the other side. The right knee is moving off the body, and the left knee is moving to the left. Then try to have nothing underneath your pelvis if you can. This position in and of itself, sitting here, may be enough for you, right? As we're putting an internal rotation in one leg, external in the other. And then take the left hand, because the left knee is to the left here. And you're gonna take, I guess the left knee's to the left, the right knee's to the right. Take your hand on the floor to push down to get nice and long in your spine, and to make sure that if you were here, you bring yourself back where the spine is coming straight out of the pelvis. And then bring the right hand up. Push both knees into the floor, take a big inhale. And then as you exhale, you're gonna reach your right hand maybe an inch or two. And then inhale to soften. Exhale, lengthening in the right arm. Inhale. Exhale. One more. And then bring yourself back to center. Let's do the opposite. So now you're going to bring left leg off your body and the right leg to the right. Then you need to bring your hand to push the pelvis coming back out. And it may take a little while to get here because there's some movement in that hip that might not be natural, or we don't find ourselves in that often. So allow that to do what it needs to do. And using your hand, so if you're here off center, try to keep pushing yourself so you grow right out of your pelvis with your torso. And then you bring your hand out in front of you. Use your breath. Your breath will start maybe to start moving and realigning your spine. Hand is forward. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, reach away. Inhale. Exhale. Push down to get tall. One more breath. And then go ahead, bring your hand up. Let's move our hips in the windshield wiper action. Hands are on the floor. A lot of great joint work today. Joint lubrication, stretching, increasing the range of motion, strengthening and supporting some of the muscles, strengthening the muscles that support our joints. We're going to do a plank. I'm going to bring back the 1 minute plank challenge to every class that I teach right now. Every now and then that happens. In the year 2020, I did it all year long. So let's do a 1 minute plank challenge. Now, if you need to modify, you can either be in a full plank,
a modification of plank, or come down into your forearms modified or in a full position, okay? Whatever's appropriate for your body, you choose. I'll time us for a minute. Anytime you need to come down, of course, that's what you need to do. Let's take your foot back, 1 foot, and then bring your other foot back. Come into your plank position. Be nice and strong here. Pushing away from the floor is the goal here, strengthening the push muscles, strengthening the front of your body big time. So push your left foot into the floor and then push your right foot into the floor. Feel all 5 toes of both feet. And then push your heels back so your weight is back. And then bring your awareness to your hands. Push both hands into the floor to push away from the floor. Spread the fingers and press the fingers into the floor. That's 30 seconds if you'd like to come down. And then if you'd like to stay for another 30, press your hands into the floor of your feet and lengthen your spine from tailbone all the way up 26 bones to the crown of the head. If you'd like a little more challenge, you can lift 1 foot off at a time. These are just suggestions. Maybe it's for you and maybe not. And then go ahead and bring yourself down. Shake your hands. Shake, shake, shake. Then we are going to come down onto the ground. Bring your blanket onto the floor. Let's get your strap and then your block. Strap is handy. Block is handy. And then coming down onto the ground, if you have osteoporosis, definitely nice to reach to the side. Keep your spine nice and long as you bring yourself all the way down. The blanket is underneath your head. Bring your limbs up to the sky to settle everything. And then let's take a hold of your strap. Stretch out our feet, our ankles. Take the right foot, put the strap on the right foot. And pull the strap down to deeply root that leg in the socket. And then I'd like you to draw the leg back towards the wall behind you. So you could have a straight knee here if you want to pull on the pelvis and create some bone building stimulation in your pelvis. Or if you bend the knee a little bit, you'll be in the belly of the muscle. You'll feel that more intensely in the center of the thigh. So it's up to you. They're all good. Different intention, knee bent or knee straight, you choose. Take 1 more breath. And then we're going to go to the other side. So let's take the strap off the foot, point the foot, flex, and then do some circles in one direction, circles in the other. And even holding that leg up in the air is strengthening muscles, strengthening joints. Let's go to the other side, draw the other knee in, put the strap on the foot. At first, you're going to pull that foot down, deeply root that into the pelvis, feel that action. And then we're going to draw the leg back. You decide whether the knee is bent or the knee is straight. It's all good. Take 1 more breath. And then go ahead and take the strap off. Point the foot, flex, point, flex, point, flex, and then circles in one direction, circles in the other. Go ahead, bring your feet down. Let's take the block between our knees. Blanket is behind your head. Clasp your hands behind your head. Squeeze your block. Elbows are out to the side. Inhale here. As you exhale, squeeze the block, bring yourself straight up, nose is pointing to the sky, elbows are up to the side, inhale to lower. Exhale, squeeze the block and lift. Inhale, lower. One more, squeeze the block, lift, stay here. Bring yourself down, keep your right elbow on the floor, inhale. As you exhale, draw the left elbow up and over towards the right knee, inhale to lower. Exhale, right elbow up and over towards the left knee, inhale to lower. Exhale to rise. Inhale to lower. Exhale. Exhale. One more each side. Keep squeezing the block, go nice and slow. You're not trying to get high up. You're trying to be very linear in strengthening the muscles. We've done a lot to stretch the muscles today. Bring yourself down. We did a lot to stretch the muscles to increase range of motion in our joints. And now we're ending with a little bit of stability, strengthening the muscles, the stabilizers, and keeping ourselves in a nice stable position. Block is between the knees. Take the blanket away from the back of the head. Walk the feet away from the body just a little bit, or put them in a neutral position. Don't walk them closer. Palms are facing each other, thumbs are up towards the sky. Push your feet into the floor, squeeze your tushy, squeeze the block. Inhale, lift the tushy off the floor, lift the right hand up and roll your head to the left. Only bring yourself off the floor up to your heart. Exhale to lower. Inhale to rise. Exhale to lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more each side. Squeeze the block. Bring yourself back to center. Lengthen the back of the neck. Walk the feet closer to the body. Slide the shoulder blades closer towards each other. Hands are down alongside the body. Push the palms into the floor. Squeeze the block. Flatten the low back into the floor. Squeeze the tushy. Squeeze the block. Peel your spine away from the floor. Don't turn your head to the side. Keep it straight. Keep pushing and lifting your pelvis up away from the floor. Let the heart come towards the chin, towards the nose. Lengthen your knees away from you. Arms are down on the floor. Shoulder blades are pushing into your rib cage to help lift your rib cage away from the floor. Lift your pelvis away from the floor. Deep breaths here. Bridge posture. Last breath. When you come down slowly. Take the block out to the side, bring the blanket back underneath your head, and draw your knees into your chest. It's time for the Shavasana posture to allow the integration of everything that was practiced today, to seep into every cell of your body, all that healing energy, everything we practice. Let it find a nice, happy place in your body and in your mind and in your soul. If you need to grab something to make yourself a little more comfortable, do that. Focus on your breath. Bring your awareness to your breath. Bring your awareness to your fingers, your toes, as you start to bring movement to them, then to the hands and the feet, the wrists, the ankles, the knees, the elbows. Draw the knees into the chest, side to side. Bring yourself onto your side, and then push yourself away from the floor. We'll close with the the letter M. The lips are together with the exhalation. Nice, gentle, vibrational, humming sound throughout your body. Bring your hands together, your thumbs touch the sternum bone right by the heart. Find that length in your spine. Sit nice and tall. Notice how you're feeling. Let's prepare. Keep the mouth closed. Take a big exhale. Then inhale. Bowing in namaste. Namaste. We need to take care of our body, strong, to live our life to the fullest in our most happy, functional, and active way possible. Have a great day. Keep practicing every day something, whatever it is, whether it's an hour-long practice or a few breaths or a few movements. All right. So, hope you feel great. That was a nice total body practice. Lots of aspects of today's practice for healthy aging. So I hope you enjoyed. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, I'm off because I have a class in 10 minutes and I want to prepare. So I hope you have a lovely day and I will see you whenever I see you. All right, bye.